happy to kind of represent 125 years of experience on various fields, including cotton, poly, buying, selling, making, everything. So all of us are here. I'll just request every panelist to introduce themselves in a little manner that why are they here today? In a sense, what pressured us, what made us to hear them as the crusaders of athleisure and activewear. So I'll just wait to Jay to start his whole journey about Meera Cotton, about himself, and why do you love activewear and athleisure so much?
Hi guys, I'm Jay. Uh, Hi guys, I'm Jay. I'm representing a company called Meera Cotton and Synthetic Mills Private Limited. So basically, we are I'm third generation. I'm third generation in textiles. The name is cotton, but we don't do cotton at all. We are doing so. It started from my grandfather. We used to manufacture woven fabrics from Bhiwandi. Then diversified into yarn manufacturing, polyester texturized yarn, and then circular knitting in the year 2000. When I came in the picture around 2011-12, we started with a garment factory. So we are a vertical setup from yarn to apparel in the polyester knitted fabrics and garment sector. So we've got close to 580 knitting machines, over 450 plus are uh, finer gauge 32 and above. Uh, 450 plus are open width machines. Like even in China, under one roof, you wouldn't find so many open width machines. Yeah, so that's about me.
I think the numbers he sounded like so easy as 590 knitting machines, like no big deal. I don't know more than 5 or 10 manufacturers who have more than 500 machines running on polyesters in India. So thanks a lot for bringing that big number as like just 580 machines. Thanks a lot for that modest way to introduce yourself, Raja. And Raja, I must tell you all, I got the opportunity to work with Raja in the same company almost 15 years back, something like that.
No, I think 23 years back.
23 years back. Wow.
We are getting old now.
So, yes.
Yeah. So I think it's a very interesting round of self-introduction. I represent, I'm part of Aditya Birla Fashion and Retail, and I head the functions for sourcing, quality, technology, as well as procurement. And I have close to about 28, 29 years of experience. Before this, I have been part of Trent for West Side, and that's my retail experience of India. And before that, I think I spent close to 12 years with French retailer Carrefour. And one of the reasons I'm here for is first is, during my journey of, let's say, 20 plus years of buying, for all our athleisure, activewear, whether it was in Carrefour or in Trent here, we are unfortunately still looking at, productions either in Bangladesh or in Sri Lanka with, I would say, China fabric. And of course, we do a part of it in India. I think, this is what I have seen. And secondly, and I hope, we are able to find and also discuss with you what are the possibilities. There is huge potential. And secondly, I'm here for is again related to that, my love for athleisure, and activewear. I find it very ironical that probably we are the largest producers of polyester fiber, but in terms of fabric, in terms of garments, we're still not there.
So, I somehow always love these discussions on the panel when there's a guy who's saying, I don't have the resource to something to buy from. And there's another person who says, I am the resource, I don't know who buys it. So, interesting way to start. Manish, I don't want to tell your name as odd one out, that you're all polyester, you're cotton, because I feel we took birth because of cotton in India, and I love till date wearing cotton more than polyester, ironical to what I do. So Jay said, Kishan, you're wearing cotton, not good. I am wearing polyester just to tell you that we are athleisure. So, but Manish, yes, your introduction, please.
But yes, India and cotton go together since childhood. I've been listening about stories of the Bombay Stock Exchange being started by a cotton trader, first train in India being started because of cotton. So many things relating to cotton, and 6.5 million farmers in cotton right now. And that is what enticed me. I was basically a computer engineer initially, then I did my textile technology, then I did my valuation of cotton. I'm the only certified cotton valuer in India. So the interest went into passion, and now the passion is into full-fledged profession. What at our end we do at Cotton Guru and All India Cotton FPO Association. FPO is a very new word for all of you. It is very relevant worldwide now. It's a farmer producer organization. Just to share, some years back, I was here in the same venue in a textile conference, and again, I was the odd man out. It was a diaper-related panel, and they told me that, what do you want to say? I said, going ahead, future is going to be cotton blend or cotton-based diaper. Till that time, it was 100% synthetic-based diaper. Today, we find most of the big brands promoting cotton as one of the blend inside. Some years back, I was in Surat, and I was speaking on cotton as a sustainable fiber, how going ahead circularity is going to matter, sustainability is going to come into the picture, even for investors. There also they told me, you are speaking here in a lion's den. It's a synthetic capital of India, Surat, and there you are speaking about cotton. Today we find so many power looms in Surat. It has become the cotton epicenter of Gujarat for processing. So things are changing. What we catch is the trend. What is the trend? How can you distinguish yourself from your competitors so that you have an edge? If you cannot have a premium, at least have a priority. And that is where we promote, sustainability, circularity in cotton projects, promote cotton as one of the most utility fibers, where at least a blend into technical textile or athleisure can make a change for you going ahead to pitch to your customers, your investors. That is where we come from. Thank you.
When I heard about the name as cotton valuer, it felt like I am working with a diamond dealer now and not a cotton guy. So, I would actually like to see cotton replacing hems and linens of the world, and then making it that premium feel that, listen, I am wearing cotton today. It should be that pride and not just I am just as a man. So it will be great to hear more from you as we go forward.
So one thing my grandfather used to say, it is very difficult to evaluate the three white things. One is diamond that you mentioned, second is rice, and third is cotton. It can make you a crorepati, it can make you a roadpati.
Interesting. So somebody is getting rich by understanding cotton, not even producing it. Wonderful. So Atul, the most athletic man on this panel is Atul. He's been a mountaineer more than an entrepreneur, I would say. He's done the kind of peaks that I haven't heard of. So I'll like to hear from you.
So, okay, yeah. So, I'll share, we'll come to the peaks later, but I'll just introduce my company. Nobletex is a fabric mill, is a synthetic fabric mill, circular knitting, wovens, dyeing, sublimation printing, coating, lamination, serrays, and stamping and whatnot. I think this is truly what the synthetic industry is right now. It's a fact. But I see huge change coming in the next 5 to 10 years. Yeah, so that's a short introduction.
Atul, I just want to tell everybody about the awards that you've been winning for the last years.
So we've been the largest synthetic knitted fabric awards in the past 6 years continuously. So one of our biggest export destination is Bangladesh, and it is unheard of because a lot of garments are being imported into India. So there is huge opportunity. Earlier, when I started my career, we were always very export focused. We would go around in India. We didn't find so much of garmenting of polyester happening. So the next easy door was Bangladesh and Sri Lanka. We have exported container loads to them, and that's why we are now winning awards. There are n number of stories where I can tell you where the fabric has gone out of my mill, went to Bangladesh, got knitted, and then the garment has again come back to India. There are n number of such stories. We also have other export destinations. We export about 100 tons monthly to US. That's for not for apparel but for other technical textiles, but pure synthetic fabric which can be made in India very easily. It's just about finding the right buyer, finding the right connections, and I think there is excellent and huge opportunities which exist in India. Of course, textile is a chain. One person can hardly do anything, right? So it starts from the polymer, okay, then it goes to the yarn, then it comes to weaving, knitting, warp knitting, then dyeing, and there have been many gaps, right, throughout this chain, and then of course garmenting in the last. But retail is growing, and these gaps will get filled faster than we think. They didn't in the past, but it's going to fill very fast. Yeah.
So I'll be happy to hear from Sanket because one, he is the youngest of the panel for us. Second, the man who spoke was talking about exports of fabrics. Now the man is who talks about import of fabrics. So we have the exporter, the importer, the manufacturer, the buyer. Everybody sitting here. So let's hear from Sanket.
So, since my graduation from Vijay, this hello, yeah. Since my graduation, the core part of my studies was cotton, as Indian institutes promote, or even the educational background. But after that, I got into synthetics, man-mades, and first journey was to Madura Industrial Textiles, which was into nylon tire cords. So from that, I have been into nylon entirely. But now also going into athleisure, activewear with stretch, even many brands, Bird Eye as those. And Optus was my kind of, you say, turning point to the world, because Indian exposure and world exposure, global exposure are very different. And global exposure had that capacity to enable brands, exporters, traders, everything. And whatever the buyer requires, we can make that. And Optus has that capability. So Optus is present in India since 130 years or so. And in China, they have established a good amount of business since 30 years. They have multiple offices, mills, and connections in various big clients. So that gave me opportunity in a such young age to interact with many brands and give them the requirements as much as possible. So my whole experience of activewear is because of that. And now I am working with Optus for a fabric division, garment division, whichever brand wants in India, I can provide those, and I am heading that division now. So that has been my journey, and that is very unique. As you said, very youngest in all of these.
Wonderful, Sanket. Welcome. Welcome everybody on this board. Uh, the way we have planned this panel today is not just talking. We have the people who have brought in everybody to touch and feel something and not just to hear. So I'll start my discussion with Jay. Jay, basically you have seen, as you said, you're the third and fourth generation. Your company has seen the shift from being named as Meera Cotton and not doing any cotton anymore. So what is the change? What is the change in demand that you've seen on the composition aspect? What were the prime drivers for that? And along with it, I would like to know what is that touch and feel which you still bring to the table, even being synthetic, so-called not so good for India? What has been that journey, and how do you want to kind of showcase functionality into day-to-day wear now?
So basically, you talk. Okay. So, start the question again. Like,
Yeah. So I'm talking about what is the thing that you're bringing in the change,
okay.
looking at
Okay,
competition.
that's okay.
Blend, yeah.
So the change in demand. So the acceptance of polyester throughout the sector. So now it's used in not only apparel but automotive, in decoration. Like for example, if you go to any wedding, the decor that you see is polyester knitted fabric. Uh, in apparel, if I was going to say a future group, Tata West Side, 5 6 years back, and if I would show them activewear, they would need a cotton spandex legging. They would not say. They would say that polyester does not sell. The Indian consumer does not want polyester. A wise man told me, somebody like you, told me that polyester sells. Polyester hand feel does not sell. So I started teaching the fabrics. Then somebody told me it's still hot, so we started doing certain finishes on the fabric. We started doing wicking on the, so it started absorbing the sweat. We started doing multiple finishes. So eventually the end result was, it was a much more it wasn't cheaper than cotton, it was a much more premium product than cotton. So today if I'm selling any polyester garment, the same garment if you make in cotton would be at par in terms of pricing, or probably the polyester garment that I'm making would be more expensive, because the functionality, like you said, you can't run in a cotton jersey. Uh, so other than that, like, so till now there's a belief that polyester is not very good for your skin. Till now, people in India feel that okay, it's a the considering the weather in India, that polyester is not very good for your skin. You can't, you'll sweat a lot. I know many tropical countries where there's more polyester consumption than India, where the weather is much more extreme. It's just because the polyester that we were used to sell was not good polyester. So there is a notion where, like, everybody knows that in activewear you need to do wicking, anti-static, and certain processes. An activewear a person wears only for an hour or two. If I make a polyester t-shirt, if I make a polyester dress, I have some garments I'll show you. If a dress, a lady is wearing it for 5 hours, a t-shirt or a pant, somebody is wearing it for 8 9 hours of your day. So if they can't breathe in that fabric, I was just giving you an example in there, that I bought a Zara t-shirt. It looked very good in the store, but when I couldn't wear it for more than 5 minutes because I was dripping inside. So everything that I do, like, all the brands have a mandate that they need activewear to have all the finishes, but not the fashion knits. But today, like, everything that I do in fashion as well, we do all the finishes in that, because otherwise, it, like, the Indian, for the Indian market, it won't, like, globally you don't sweat. Even if it's hot, you don't sweat as much as you sweat in India. So yeah.
So very interesting that the way you're bringing in performance into the day-to-day wear is to your experience of activewear, and because you have understood the need of the consumer, even being not a buyer.
So the joke was that my wife does not. Make like 120 tons of polyester yarn and fabrics every day. My wife does not wear a single garment of polyester, and I was like, I'll make it so good that the day my wife wears it, I'll be like, okay, I've done good, good
So
job.
his award comes the day when his wife wears it. So do you want to show some of that hand feel to the people? That hand feel that you're talking about, which makes them wear it, polyester day to day.
It's not the hand feel. See, hand feel. For example, most of the feedback that I usually get is that your fabrics don't have the China hand feel. If you touch a Chinese fabric for like 10 minutes, you'll have a coat of silicone on your hand. Now, China makes fabric for the globe. They don't make it only for India. Like I said, Indian fabrics needs wicking, anti-static, everything. So my fabric probably would have a slightly less softer touch, but it will be breathable. Yeah, it's soft. So we do a hydrophilic softener instead of the silicon softener. I'll have
So
comments, yeah.
I was just looking at Sanket when he was talking with the smiles. That Chinese fabric is like that. So interesting to see his face at that time. But yes, let's have a look at your sample for the people to see what are you talking is different.
Like, I don't think you can see the difference, but yeah, you can get some scuba crepes and get the mango top as well. Yeah. Yes. Sorry. Get a modal poly.
So the garments that you're going to see are not active wear, not athleisure. They are performance into day-to-day wear. That's what is required to be understood in our whole industry now. That the normal shirts, pants, t-shirts are all about performance now.
So these are non-active. Okay. So this is one second. I'll just sorry. Yeah. So this is a 450 GSM scuba crepe. It's a 400 twisted yarn, 400 TPM twisted yarn in it. The end filament on this is around 288. It's 450 GSM, but does not feel 450 GSM. This is the same knit. It's a 250 GSM knit. It's again a scuba crepe. It's a 1000 TPM yarn. Uh, so this is, so these are the fashion knits. This is all polyester. This is all polyester. But then again, this is something the lady wears for 5-6 hours. If she can't breathe in it, she won't be able to wear it for 5 minutes.
And the ladies will become very happy now.
Again, this is a modal poly spandex scuba. So now like I think sir would be able to tell me better. So yeah, so it's slightly crispier than what a
No,
Chinese fabric would be, but this would be breathable for India.
No, that's the one of the reasons I'm here, because
So these are both. One second. These are both polyviscose spandex scubas. Same blend, same composition, same GSM. But I think I'll just remove this. So this one over here, which one do you feel is lighter? Which one do you feel is heavier? Lighter? That's 10 GSM higher than this. They're the exact same blend. Now we've just played with the filament of the on the backside. So this is 75, 72.
And both
this
have
is
the
70.
entire performance required for day-to-day.
Yeah. So if somebody wants a fall, they can go for this. If somebody wants a stand in the garment, they can go for this. Yeah.
Interesting, Jay. That's I would say an eye-opener for a lot of things, even for myself. I never thought that activewear has entered into athleisure so very much that you're changing the evening wear to activewear now. Raja, you've been through the journey of sourcing all your life, and you've seen the challenges. Like you said, athleisure is not there as much in India. You are on a panel where everybody is selling athleisure, and so what exactly are you looking at in today's world? What is that you miss for your brand, for your sourcing, and how do you think that the gap, not just as Aditya Birla, as a professional, how that gap can be filled in quick succession, because we all mean business.
so I think what you just saw, athleisure is not a category, a single category anymore. It now straddles, it's like a car, which is now we have this hybrid cars. So, these fabrics are now part of not only menswear or activewear. Every retailer like us, for example, we have a activewear or athleisure brand called Agile, but it is for men's, it's for women's, and we are also doing kids. And while we talk about, I thought we will talk only about activewear, but the garment he showed. So today's consumer is not only about professional looking; they want comfort along with it. So right from it has, you've seen dresses, all the shirts, even formal suits, functions like four-way stretch. You mentioned moisture wicking. Women, they are wearing it for 4 hours exactly. And I was mentioning that today I have seen, at least whatever we do, almost 40 to 50% of our fabric is now similar kind of fabrics, mostly knits. Some part is woven also, but a lot of it is coming from China. And that is the fact. So coming to your question, what do we miss? I think the biggest thing I miss is innovation. Innovation in fabrics today, it's also related to speed, it is also related to price. Of course, our customer is very, I think they don't like themselves to be called price conscious, but they are more value driven customers. They want more value for that price. And I think this is a big challenge for all the retailers. And yeah, I mean, what was the third part? Because you asked 3 questions in one. So,
so when you said that the value for price,
yeah.
so I'm just asking that what are you missing exactly? Consistency? You said innovation, speed. What is the topmost miss?
I think the topmost miss is, again, I would say innovation. When I say innovation, it means innovation in quality, innovation, because ultimately consistency. See, innovation means that if we don't have the right kind of fabric and I have to go to him to import fabrics from China, because it's very fast, because they have everything, the color fastness, the accuracy of the fabric, quality of the fabric, automatically that innovation will lead to consistency, and consistency is very important. We can't have in the same lot 5 different shades or barres or different quality of fabrics. No, we can't have that. So it leads to better consistency and of course agility. Today I see, if I am placing a sampling with one of the mills in India or one of the fabric suppliers or my garment suppliers, and then they will go out and source the fabric, it takes huge amount of time. Today we are in world of 45 days turnaround mind to market, 60 days turnaround mind to market. See, as a retailer, every retailer in the world has a problem of selling their product. Today we sell about 65-70% full price sell through, 80-85% like sell through. Rest of the product we don't sell. I'm not talking about my company, I'm talking about industry. So everybody is trying to be very close to the trends, very close to the seasons. And when we develop our samples, and if we don't get our samples on time, so that's why I said innovation is the most important. Then along with it, automatically will lead to better consistency and also the speed of sampling, turnaround, production. Because in India, what's in, we try to, it's not that we don't do it. We have tried as a principle. As a sourcing leader, I try to say that, okay, 90% of what I want to do should be made in India because we have enough capability. 10% maybe some specialized niche product. I may go to Bangladesh or Sri Lanka or China fabric because of import structure, quality, price, everything. But we've tried to replicate those products in India, but unfortunately we have failed because even if we manage sampling, but in bulk production, the rejection rate of my final shipment is much higher with Indian fabric as compared to fabric which comes from China. So that will tell you the story of consistency. Of course, with these guys here, it is improving and I see bright future. But we are only talking about polyester and blends. The big gray area for me is nylon, the processing of nylon fabric, because all the top brands in the world today are moving away from polyester, and because of, you look at the Lululemons of the world, Athletas, LOs of the world, they're all moved to nylon fabric. Not only nylon spandex or polyspandex, polyester viscose blends, nylon viscose blends, with lyocell blends. So blending with nylon, processing, I think, while I was in one panel last week on sustainability, and somebody told me, the fab show here, and somebody said from Surat that we are buying another 1,000 airjet machines in Surat in next 1 year. All the diamond merchants are now investing in textile. I said, okay, you will weave the fabric, but where are you going to process that fabric? Because the biggest investment is in processing, and processing is, again, it's very difficult to fill the complete capacity. It's only for big risk takers who sometimes feel that, let me weave the fabric, knit the fabric, it's easier job, quicker return to my ROI for my machines. But processing is a tougher business to break in. And I feel if we invest more in processing, or we innovate more in processing, and I think the government also needs to come in and guide these diamond merchants, on a lighter note, to invest in processing and bring the quality innovation of the fabric.
With that comment of yours, I was feeling that I'm looking at a comic strip where Atul is sitting and there's a balloon which comes out. Oh my God, 3 times turnover, 4 times turnover. I can see so easy. The demand is here. I'll be the king.
No, I just want to say, if it's a normal thing today, if you say, I want to buy cotton, I want to buy organic cotton, everybody will say India has enough processing. India is the area, India is the country to be in. Forget us Indian retailers. If you talk globally also, so, one odd brilliant companies like them who are winning awards, we need to have at least 50 of these in India to, the kind of demand which is there in India. And with all, I was reading a survey of McKinsey, today 47% of our, especially related to fashion, the decisions are made by Gen Z. And if you add their influence on their parents, their influence is almost up to 70%. And these guys want newer fabrics, innovative fabric. They are looking at all, as I said, LOs of the world, Nikes of the world, Lululemons of the world. And I think unless we move up the value chain and improve and bring in, so I think he's a torch bearer. We need 50 like him.
Wonderful. He was talking about speed of 6 weeks, 10 weeks. So I have a question for all of you. Imagine I have a grey fabric available, grey in the sense RFD fabric available. I get a t-shirt order, printed t-shirt order, specific print of 1,000 pieces. When is the earliest you can get a delivery? Question to everybody, not from the panel, not from Jay, from everybody here. What do you think? Fastest speed that you can think of, 800 pieces, 1,000 pieces, only RFD fabric is available, printed garments have to be delivered. What is the fastest you can think of? 10, 12 days, okay. That's actually very fast. Anybody else? 15 days. Anybody else? So I happened to meet a gentleman yesterday who is doing day in, day out of this business in 24 hours. Imagine the speed. 24 hours he delivers your print, your style, your body, 24 available fabrics, and he gives 1,000 pieces next day packed as per your requirement.
Can you introduce him to me, please?
Sir, I've done 75% of the fast fashion business of mine to market 30 days for Reliance. So I've delivered for all the Ambani household stuff is usually 2 hours or 3 hours. Usually I have to fly some fabric from Ludhiana overnight. Somebody would get a swatch to show it to Isha Ambani at 10 in the at night, and we deliver the garments next morning at 7 a.m.
Wow.
So this we do in a day in and day out. Yeah.
So whether street fashion or Ishambani fashion, everything is happening in 24 hours. Imagine the speed. So Raja, you have the speed examples. So
Can I just intervene? So when he said that there are no not enough capacity, so you ideally you have to identify the right vendor also. So for example, polyester dyeing starts at 20, 25, 27 rupees in India. My average dyeing cost is around 95 rupees for the basic polyester. Probably for polyspandex it would go up to 150, 175 rupees. So most businesses over here are through traders. Any garmenter is buying a fabric through trader, and then the trader probably would cut corner and stuff. So ideally I think you can get the quality consistency at scale, what you're looking from China also.
thanks a lot for putting in those again beautiful numbers so easily. Atul, I'll come to you. This is actually a very known miss for the Indian market. What Raja highlighted very well. We don't have process houses,
Correct.
and you are running one of the process houses successfully. Interestingly, I was just talking to him before the panel. I was asking very personal, private, secret questions. How much growth are you having in a difficult market? So I'd like him to answer on the panel also. How much growth has he seen? But what is the real miss? Why are only you are so different? Why don't we have 50 torchbearers like you in the market?
So I think we were hungry and foolish when we started. We have seen difficult times, but maybe we were also a little early movers, and they always have the difficult time. But I think now the pace is there, the requirement is there, and I'll to answer that question, I'll give you an example. When I just started, I would make a lot of. So we were the first company to buy brand new Kalmar machines into India.
Arul, I'll just add,
Yeah.
whatever example you want to give, you have to show also. You can't just talk.
Okay, so this example which I want to show, of course, I don't have fabrics, but I will share some fabrics also. So I used to exhibit in Lyon Mode City, and in Lingerie Paris. These are the two premium shows for intimate garments. Okay, so when we imported, we were the first company to import warp knitting machines into India. Whenever everybody would used to ask, are you a manufacturer or are you a trader? I mean, nobody would believe that there are people who are manufacturing these fabrics in India and exhibiting over there in Paris. Okay, so from that, Sri Lanka opened. One of the biggest intimate garment manufacturers we went to. They became our customers. Then we realized that okay, the MOQs, everything is very small. So what is the next big category? Then we found athleisure. Now athleisure, like everybody said, it's very broad. Okay, but you can dissect it into 4 different very easy categories, right? You have also seen the samples from Meera Cotton. So one is gym wear. Okay, another is yoga, the Lululemons and everybody that we spoke about. The third is travel. Okay, and the fourth is everyday wear, daily wear. Like he mentioned that if you are wearing it for 2 hours and if it's itching, if you will not wear it for even 30 minutes. You should. So all these 4 categories are combined into athleisure. But what is common? Common is performance. And when we are saying about performance, again, now I'm coming back to the mill, the gap which the mill is filling, is that the performance is not just a finish. It has to come from the system itself. It starts from polymer, then you move into the structure. Okay, then of course there's yarn, there is elastomultiester, there's T400, there is fake cotton now. And the way it is picking up, right now, about, if I say 12 months ago, nobody knew what is fake cotton. 12 months ago, it was not very famous. Now, in Surat, there are about 200 tons of yarn coming every week.
Every week.
Every week, 200 tons. That is 10 containers every week it is elastomultiester, and of course with POI blend. Yeah. So it's crazy. I mean, the weight is growing. So if I talk about torchbearers, we are the torchbearer because we are vertically integrated, which helps us have control in every step. Now, when traders come into picture, okay, things start getting, okay, let's do easy things. So innovation is, of course, how we have grown. And if I talk about innovation, if mills innovate without the consumer, when I say consumer, it's the brand, right? So it's not going to be sustainable, right? And the brands now, because of, they know everything, brands need mills need it has to co-work. And there are companies which are coming up who will innovate and who will partner with brands and take the thing forward. Yeah.
So when you said about elastomulti-ester, nobody knew
Yeah.
about elastomulti-ester and fake cotton, and when you said that the brands have to be involved to educate, create awareness. So the best model usually what works is a factory to retail. You know how fake cotton got promoted in India? The biggest I think it's he knows it. Yeah. So Techno Sport is importing the highest amount of fake cotton, and he's retailing it. And when the market was created, every retailer wanted to copy it. Every trader wanted to copy what Techno Sport was doing. I have some garments in fake cotton, original elastomulti-ester, Sorona, what we call it. And the points that you brought in, that the processing is not good enough in India or anything, I don't say it's bad. I don't judge a fish by its ability to climb a tree. So I think it was India's infrastructure in textiles was always, that is why the name Meera Cotton, that is why Mr. Cotton Guru. But India's infrastructure was always cotton centric. India's infrastructure was always woven centric. Quality head at Reliance, like global, like pan India quality head at Reliance, did not know what bare was 10 years back, because it was always used for woven fabrics. It is only circular knitting is very sensitive, and it's not just Reliance maybe for polyester. Aditya Birla was always focused on viscose. We never had cyro capabilities. India always had compact or vertex. The reason Indian fabric did not felt like imported fabric, it was because China had only cyro capabilities and India never had cyro capabilities. So I think it's all of those capacities are building, and it's a market. I think market, when the market addressable market grows, your infrastructure develops as well as the yeah.
Interestingly, the infrastructure in India is developing not one city but entirely across the map. There's a place in Tamil Nadu called Perundurai, which is now 150 tons of daily processing of just polyesters in one small town, New Tirupur being coming up as the polyester Tirupur now. Factories are being put up in Calcutta, which are knitting and processing 100% polyesters. Again, a very cotton kids centric place is working on polyesters. Ludhiana has been doing a lot in polyesters. And when I say polyester, it's not just polyester, that's a kind of a name given to performance oriented fabrics. I would say it's a generic name being used as polyesters. We are talking about performance oriented fabrics which are happening across India now and not just limited to Surat and Bombay anymore. And it's going very, very well. So when you said that yes, one torchbearer is here, there are many more. What they are not doing is marketing themselves to come to you. What probably you also not doing is not getting the team to find these people right. And that's the matchmaking we need to do very fast. Very good, yeah.
Yeah, just to, I think Atul's point regarding, more brands, what we do very interestingly, and it's a, model which we followed, I think, in our earlier days with international brands. We hold something which is called a mill week. Every season now, and we're moving at least 4 times a year, we are inviting all the fabric mills, and we have a fabric sourcing department. So they are inviting mills. So what I realized, if mills were coming with only swatches, it was not very interesting for the designers, because fact is that most of our design folks are not very technically savvy. What also happens is that let me finish about mill week. And so what we told our fabric mill friends, that guys, why don't you bring samples? So I think a bit of that is very important, and I think the real work starts after that. Is whatever is the selection, very quick follow up results. I think the other challenge is that folks at retailers today, most of our design folks unfortunately still are following European and American fashion. They travel to Europe or Dubai or China and shop samples from Zara, or Zara is the favorite brand for everyone, and then come to us and say that, guys, I want you to replicate this hand feel, this fabric. And the easiest way for the fabric team is to say, this is Chinese fabrics, let me call my Chinese guy. And because of the timeline, so it is very important that instead of waiting for us to come and discover you, you should be, and if you look at top 20 handful retailers in India, I think you could, if you can, today I can guarantee you, if you I mean, after this I will straight away walk there, look at the fabric, hand feel, and share, exchange each other's contact numbers, because I straight away see with him and him, we can do things. But larger picture, because we are not talking about our individual businesses here, we're talking about the ecosystem. And the ecosystem is like our Monday meeting. When we do Monday meetings with our team, they say, sir, ye wala problem ho gaya, ye problem ho gaya, this has happened, that has happened. So my first question is very simple: what is the percentage of this problem you have? So ultimately you find it is less than 5%. So less than 5%, don't look at it, because your target is 95%, your OTIF KPI is 95%. Forget about 5% delay. So in that context, what I'm saying is that if we have 4-5%, we need to make majority of our ecosystem there. And I think that is the larger discussion. Whoever is doing these things needs to bring it out, and I think with more than the big retailers, I think it's the new age brands on social media, all these WhatsApp brands, all these Instagram brands are consuming. You will be amazed. I other day I met a retailer in, I won't name him because I'm not privy to that. He didn't allow me. Maharashtra retailer, he has 60 stores and he sells, close to 1,000 crore worth of saris. And he says, sir, मैं तो Instagram में reel डालता हूँ, उसके बाद and his store was like, it was that it was giving it for free. I said, what is your intake margin? How do you work? He says, sir, both. So I don't want to talk numbers, but very, and it breaks all the things, all the, what we organize retailers here. So there are a lot of people in India who are, and for me, I feel, along with organized retailers, there is a lot of new companies which are going to come up very fast, and I think the industry needs to be ready for that. There is enough hunger. For example, I'm sure you would be full, your capacities will be fully booked, but how do you share knowledge with rest of your industry people, putting up more plants, dye houses? So it's not here to say that the capability is there or not there in India. If you are successful, how are we able to then replicate and multiply and create 50 more mills like you?
I'll just take a bit of what you said, that the buyers at your side are very young. They don't understand technically. So like as parents, we are adapted to our kids a lot. डांटना नहीं है, मारना नहीं है, बहुत तरीके से रहना है. Same way we need to adapt as suppliers and buyers, that what are they looking at?
No, I'm not saying, please don't say buyers, because somebody will see this and say, Raja, ye tu buyer ke bare mein kya bolta hai? So I would say the product team, or the
I would
people
say
who
buyers
create
for
it.
me is anybody sitting with a brand who has the authority to decide. If they are Gen Z, let's adapt to Gen Z. Let's not say you don't understand, I can't sell to you. Let's adapt. Whether it is making garments, whether it is showing them the Insta reel before making the fabric, this is what you can sell, and this is what I'm here for. Is the way to go, and not just saying I am making 160 GSM jersey with spandex. They won't understand this language. So that I agree to you that we all need to adapt. Coming to Sanket, uh, Sanket, we've been talking to you or as your way as a villain. We all don't want China. We we want to copy the things and we just bring make India, make India. But what exactly do you see that you get in China, that you supply to people, and that you want India to do it? What is that missing link?
I wouldn't say that it's villainy to speak, because where there is gap in India, where there is gap, you can have opportunity, and that's the scope. It's not a lagging thing. So in China, Bangladesh, Vietnam, all countries, we see consistency, as he mentioned, and scale of like large scale consistency, not just like 5,000 meters, 6,000 meters. And there is speed of execution, again, like Rajaji said. So we need to look at athleisure as not just performance. It has a nice ring to it when we say nice hand feel with nice price and within the timelines. So all the things we need to manage, and currently India is lagging somewhere in that. But yeah, again we come to cotton, then China is not strong as much as India. Like they have cottons, but still buyer will prefer cotton from India. That is again, you can again this validate. So like that, we need to improve in performance fabrics, may it be polyester, may it be nylon, or even now sustainable fibers are coming into picture like lyocell. Even cottons are blended with nylon nowadays, for wovens also, knitted also. Linen is also knitted these days. So now these type of sustainable fabrics coming into performance is not just a change, it's kind of athleisure moving into daily life, as we are discussing. So like the Jayesh ji said, those garments, those are just daily wear. Now people want the garments which they can wear as a performance wear, but they can wear a whole day. So like a all day wear garment which gives you performance with a nice feel and nice processing, and at a price which customer cannot deny, so like can't question maybe. One of the brands I would like to again quote, uh, Uniqlo is trying to educate people. So education is also important, where Rajaji also can validate this, because we over engineer products sometimes and customer doesn't fully understand it, why it is priced at this much cost, why it is at this much cost, and there is a label written as this fiber is in it, but they don't know. So we need to educate also. And as brand enablers, I think it's our duty also to educate whoever buys or makes the garments, to give the instructions, give the right wash cares, because many times it happens that wash care is not followed, and that's why garments gets bad and then we get complaints. But yes, it is mentioned in wash care, but we need to educate it very thoroughly.
I remember a brand in India which put the wash care as don't read, your mom will know. So that's the wash care concept in India, and uh, I would say most of the consumers don't even understand those symbols. What are those symbols for? Low iron or high iron is different. Is it an iron? Is also a question.
Today, somebody, very senior leadership asked one of my team members, "What is this cool iron?" So cool iron, then why do we have it? So people normally the iron is always hot, So, but we have a symbol, cool
Yeah,
iron.
yeah, yeah. So it has to be something like mutual fund sahi hai. Now there's nobody involved in that thing. It's the government thing to educate. Mutual fund sahi hai. Same way we need to educate. Cool iron sahi hai. So I'll just come to Manish. Manish, what I hear from everybody till now, performance has become an hygiene. Like quality, like price, like speed, performance has to be there, some way or the other. We generally know cotton is cotton. You can't change cotton a lot. So, and like I said, diamond uh, kind of thing is cotton. So, where do you see cotton in this whole picture? how does part of athleisure so importantly? It's not just polyester. As I said, polyester is probably a generic name given to polyester. Cotton is, like he said, is blended with everything to make it very, very good. So where do you see this cotton story working with athleisure as performance?
Yeah, that is the reason why I'm here. That athleisure is basically a combination of functionality plus provenance. How do you ensure the second part? Functionality, we know that polyester, nylon, any synthetic fiber will give, and that has been used to in the athletic fibers in the sports segment. But if you come to athleisure, where you'll be wearing something for a longer period of time, that skin friendliness, that environmental friendliness, sustainability, and health component will definitely come into the picture. If not today, then tomorrow. Secondly, is the raw material security. Where do you see the raw material security right now? In the last 2 months, we saw that the polyester fibers prices jumped up like anything overnight. How do you complete your deliveries? How many suppliers do you have? Right now, we saw that you need to create 50 more such people, right? On the panel itself, and that is the normal call outside also. How to create multiple players who would be making the same type of product so that the buyer has a choice at a price. So it has to be a combination of both. It has to be reasonably priced. And in cotton, things are very different. You have 6.5 million farmers growing cotton. It's a renewable resource. Every year they will continue to grow cotton. 120 lakh hectares of land already engaged in cotton, 37% of world area. We are sitting on a pot of gold. Do we realize that importing the raw material, converting into a product, are you not a high seasoned job worker who depends on the market to give you some gains? Have you on merit, can you ensure that throughout the next 10 years and your next generation you will ensure profitability for your company? That is the challenge we are facing right now, and cotton can give that opportunity, unlocking the potential of cotton that we are already rich with, can give the India that opportunity in the athleisure. That is what is my pitch.
Yeah.
So no offense to cotton, but if there
No,
was
it cannot be an office if we have
but,
two
if
individuals.
there- no. But if there was no polyester, half the world would be naked. So you cannot give a wrong narrative. So there is no proven study that polyester it's just an Instagram reel that polyester is bad for your skin. It's wrongly processed polyester.
I didn't say that. You
Yeah,
took
yeah,
it like
but-
that.
no, no, no,
I
but
didn't
it's-
say
no,
that.
no, no, when you
I said
so we are on a
skin
panel.
friendliness will become more provenance.
No,
I
then-
didn't say polyester.
And
So
there is
please, that is
biodegradable
what we
polyester as
have
well.
here.
The
Everybody
future of
thinks
polyester
that
is
we
good
are
polyester.
right. But what is good for India is going to matter in the long run.
See,
So
I would
one
say
second. So globally, US, the consumption of US, like per capita consumption of US, like each one person wears 30 kgs of polyester in the US. If you double down on that in the next 5-10 years, imagine the kind of polyester that India would produce. So yeah, that
Yeah, so where would you get it from? It's a fossil fiber. Where would you get it from? So much quantity in India. Please elaborate.
sir, now there are, like I said, the future of polyester is good polyester. You can cellulose without the refineries also. You can
How much quantity?
manufacture. You can. It
Okay,
would be
see, it's
scaled.
only
anyways,
1%.
that's a
You
beautiful
cannot
debate.
bank on 1-2% for a future. You're running an industry. 1,000 crore rupees you
How
invest.
much cotton can you grow? How much cotton can you
How
grow?
much do you want?
Running against time now. We had a great discussion the last 1 hour, and definitely never any offense to anybody anywhere. We all are working for one industry to make clothes for everybody in the world. It can be polyester, it can be nylon, it can be cotton, it can be viscose. There are multiple sources, multiple ways to do it, multiple countries to do it. Sanket, yes, please.
One point I would like to add, the ability of doing blends and processing on them should be increased. Like blends of 4-5 fibers, wool, tencel, polyester, then spandex. They should be increased because that is also a specialty of other countries and it's giving a very good market demand. So that point I wanted to add, just missed.
No, thanks a lot. That doesn't happen in our normal knits yet, or normal ones yet. So that's a great opportunity to work on. I will just request quick questions before I finish the session for 5 minutes. Yeah.
Hello, audible?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, my name is Debabrata Ghosh. I'm the director of Barmag in India. Barmac has 100% Indian subsidiary, and I handle India, Bangladesh, Nepal, Sri Lanka. Barmac, I think you all know, this is the man-made fiber machine manufacturing company, German company. And India, we have 86% market share. We are the pioneer in the world to bring these machines and high-speed winders for polyester and nylon. Madura Industrial Textile is our customer. All
Yes.
these Birla Group, Century Anchor, Reliance, Indorama, well-known Veloza, 86% market of synthetic fiber in India is all Barmac. In Surat, almost I would say 90% market is all Barmac. My question to Mr. Raja Singh ji is, you mentioned that now more, trend from polyester to nylon. And that is exactly what we are seeing in India. More and more inquiries are coming for nylon, even bicomponent nylon. We are going to commission our first bicomponent line in China. Billion is the customer. They are going to install this, commission this line very soon. But in India also we are seeing a lot of inquiries coming for bicomponent, and why this change is happening from polyester interest towards more nylon, spandex and bicomponent. This is my question to you.
So your question is that why is it happening?
Yeah.
I think the basic fundamental of any fabric garment is fashion or trends. Is very, very simple. And in today's world, which is connected, social media, we follow global brands. What gets launched tomorrow in Zara gets followed in India very quickly, or they probably launch it same time in India. So whatever is going to be actually, launched fashion trends in global world, in Europe, in America, will be automatically followed in India. Now, because of these brands, the Western hemispheres, where people started with polyester, then they went up and increased the quality of fabric, nylon, hand feel, function. So that's why it moved. Because globally more and more brands are moving to nylon, Indian customer is also following. So today, also because of, I think, the comfort, the fabric, nylon fabric is definitely much more comfortable, and in terms of hand feel, much better than polyester. And also it is actually more expensive than polyester, but still, and blending, like he said, blending 3-4
Yes.
other with lyocell, with cotton. So basically all boiling down to trends, fashion. So whatever we may, the fight between polyester and cotton will continue. It is actually, we need to understand the customer, and customer today is driven by Instagrams of the world, through what is happening worldwide. If tomorrow somebody in there is this example, somebody was wearing a t-shirt and I'm forgetting the war, something related to war, somebody was wearing and it got sold. And so it is all going to happen very, very quickly. If worldwide nylon is trend, India will also follow. Tomorrow some other fabric will come, they will also follow. So last
Rajaji,
5 years I have seen it has gone like that.
I have seen this as a pattern, maybe. Like you said, people travel globally and they get the garments from there, and many of them have polyamide or nylon written on them. And we have got qualities which are more in nylon with great hand feel and lot of varieties. So maybe because of that, polyester is moving towards nylon.
So I think his question was about bicomponent. So I'm the biggest consumer of bicomponent here. I import
Which
almost
type? PET, PBT, PET, PTT?
both.
Both.
So PET PBT, PET PTT, and POY PBT as well. So I have some garments I'll show you later. It's the feel. So the garment that I'm wearing right now, the overshirt that I'm wearing, it's not woven. It's a knitted fabric. It's what a Uniqlo does. It's again a bicomponent yarn. So yeah, you can do a lot more, and I think the future is bicomponent yarn. I think before a yarn is made, it's all chemistry. Whatever you add in it. So it's bicomponent is basically mother yarn and some additive on it. So it can give you a cotton feel, it can give you biodegradable, it can give you a compactness. So I think that probably conduction also.
Yeah.
So I think there are a lot of things that we can explore in the future in bicomponent.
Yeah, we have the best bicomponent technology in the world.
I'm your future customer as well, yeah.
Yes, bicomponent. We have both polyester as well as nylon. 95% of bicomponent spinning is done only in India. It is too dangerous, only in China. So actually that is too dangerous for the world, because this is the future and it is only controlled by China. So now in India, we concluded one project recently and there are 4 or 5 new customers coming. Okay, now one more thing I just want to share with you. In my personal capacity, my family has invested for the first Karl Mayer warp knitting machine in Calcutta. What Kishanji was mentioning, that in Calcutta, 100% synthetic filament units are coming, which is typically a cotton-dominated area. So we have invested for the first Karl Mayer 100% polyester lycra unit. We also have Mayer and C circular knitting machines, all fine gauge, mainly for synthetic. Keeping in view that this eastern part of India will grow in a very big way, because IOC, Indian Oil and MCPI, this strategy group, they are putting up a very big integrated synthetic spinning unit from polyester, FDY, POY in Odisha. So once this unit is operational, maybe within 2 or 3 years, then we will also get the yarn from that unit, and we want to be the first in Calcutta. Investment is done by my family and my cousin along with it. And Mr. Kishan Daga, he visited and he said this is one of the best knitting unit as per international standard. And my dream is also to make it the best knitting unit of India. And also we have got PLI approval. This is the only unit in the eastern part of India which got the PLI approval. And we are very closely now working on dyeing and processing. And very soon it will be the first integrated knitting and dyeing processing of international standard, most probably in India. And we have chosen Calcutta. The main reason is the water quality of Calcutta is very good for dyeing.
Thanks a lot, Mr. Ghosh. I am concluding the panel with a good thought that at least we again made some businesses here. Sir, I'll just request you to meet us off the dais. You know, there's a limit. There's a German way of working. There's a discipline. So I can't break that. I've been a fan of Germans, for discipline. So I won't break that. So we'll meet offline. Businesses happen on panels also. That's what our motto is always. Today, Raja met a lot of people here. Mr. Ghosh met a lot of people here. Jay and Atul got some buyers. Sanket got the idea that a lot is happening in India. And that's what our motto. It's not just for education. It's for business also. Thanks a lot for today's evening. Thanks a lot for being with us.
Just one last word. We are all, after all, Indian. We are entrepreneur driven by our own individual passions. So collectively, I would just like to say, as an Indian, खुद ही को कर बुलंद इतना, खुद ही को कर बुलंद इतना कि हर ऑर्डर से पहले ब्रांड खुद हमसे पूछे, बोल तेरी रजा क्या है.
Absolutely with you. Great, 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 great.
I'm sure everyone had a wonderful time here. Thank you, our panelists, for this engaging discussion. May I request Ms. Priyanka Pawar, Group Exhibition Head, Textile and Consumer Shows and member of the Extended Board of Management, Messe Frankfurt Trade Fairs India Limited, to felicitate our panelists. We start with our moderator, Mr. Kishan Daga. Mr. Jayesh Shah. Mr. Raja Harbinder Singh. Mr. Manish P. Daga.
This has been my first panel in last 10 years when we had 2 Mr. Dagas on the panel.
Mr. Atul Goyal.
One is a crusader of polyester, one is a crusader of cotton.
And Mr. Sanket Vijay Sancheti. May I request all the panelists to kindly come forward for a group photograph?